today we're actually going to do your daily dose straight in your textbook. We're going to be going over fractures and dislocations. It's found on page 408 of my textbook and hopefully your textbook. Let's read, and I'm only going to be reading these highlighted areas. We're going to be paying close attention to these key terms that are in bold. So fractures and dislocations. Fracture codes are coded by treatment. For example, there's open, closed, or percutaneous. Open treatment of a fracture is made when a surgery is performed in which the fracture is exposed by an incision and made over the fracture and the fractured bone is visualized. Okay, so open obviously means like when you're opening something up, you're going to be opening up for surgery. So what is closed treatment? Is performed when the physician repairs the fracture without directly visualizing the fracture. And I'm going to go a little bit further than where it's highlighted. The treatment method used, open or closed, depends on the type and severity of the fracture. So we're going to go down here. For instance, if a hip replacement arthroplasty is performed for medical reasons such as osteoporosis, it is reported with 27130, located under the subheading pelvis or hip joint category, repair, revision, and/or reconstruction. The osteoarthritis that caused the breakdown of the bone of the hip requiring repair was the reason for the treatment. If the hip replacement was performed for a fracture, it is reported with 27236, located under subheading pelvis and hip joint, category fracture and/or dislocation. So depending on what has happened, like if it's fractured, dislocated, depending on what the injury is going to depend on which subheading you're going to go under, or which category, whether you're going to be repairing, revising, or reconstructing. So let's look at types of fractures. Let's look at the avulsion. This is in your book again, so you can pay close attention. So it looks like a chip, right? Here's simple closed. It's just a little crack there. Oblique is a separation, but it is a small separation. Comminuted kind of looks like it twists, and there's some fragments there. Then open, there is a complete separation, and the bone is protruding through the skin. Pathologic, there is a bone tumor. Segmented, which you have two breaks. See the triangle in the middle? There's a break above and a break below, and then there's a piece of bone in between. Then spiral, which looks like you've actually twisted the bone apart. Transverse, which looks like a jagged break of some sort. Then you have green stick. This is bending of a softer bone in a child. So you can see where it's kind of bent, and it's a small break where it's been bent. Impacted. Which it kind of looks like if you've fallen and it's pushed the bone. The Coles fracture. The Potts fracture, and then a compression fracture of the vertebrae, which looks like if you were like in a car accident and you were hit from the top and you were compressed. And this is what that fracture looks like. All right, I'm going to encourage you to really pay close attention to closed treatment, manipulation, all of this area. You need to pay close attention to all of it, but really get you some index cards and start writing down these key terms and their meanings. Start highlighting in your CPT when you see these things. All right, I hope you enjoyed your daily dose. Have a great day, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.